Hey guys, what's up? Nani here. I'm giving you the update part 2 while the other part is officially going up on YouTube and processing. So in my previous update video, I originally said that I gave you guys updates on what was going on with the Xbox One, PlayStation, and all that, and I was telling people what how I feel about the situation, and in this part it's going to be basically giving you an update on how I feel about the whole gaming experience. So in my previous video I was talking about how people on Instagram and stuff like that are constantly bashing PlayStation 4, bashing Xbox, and the way I think of it, I think it's just hilarious how some 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds can constantly act like little baby children. It's like an 8-year-old could probably be more mature about the whole situation than half the people that I see arguing about it. Now, I'm biased to PlayStation and Sony exclusives and stuff like that for several reasons. For one thing, that was my childhood, and another thing, I found the games that they had to offer much more suitable and funner for my personal play style and gaming experience than Xbox did. So I'm constantly seeing on the internet, Tumblr, not so much Tumblr, Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that. People on groups that I'm in and stuff like that are constantly sharing tons of different opinions about the Xbox and PS4. And it seems that 99% of each individual, I'm exaggerating here, of each individual picture or status that they make of either or, it seems to always end up in an internet crying, children's fetish, because it seems like a bunch of people don't know how to act their age when it comes to video gaming. So Xbox finally released some of their restrictions, not all of them. They're no longer region blocked. They're no longer restricting the CDs, the hard disks to no longer be tradable, which is retarded. Whoever thought of that deserves to be shot in the frickin' face. Because seriously, Microsoft, you're being that greedy? Seriously. Now, I told in my old video that if people who like Xbox can't handle it, go leave right now, because this video, you shouldn't be watching this video, because I'm going to be talking freely as much as I want, because, hey, I'm entitled to my opinion too. So, originally, I was going for PlayStation 4 regardless of whatever the consequences may have been, and from what I've seen from E3, you don't need the Kinect, you don't need anything special for it, you just need to pay your money. It's $100 cheaper than Xbox, and it's, in my opinion, it's better. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It seems that PS4 has much more to offer than Microsoft, than the Xbox One, especially the name, Xbox One. Sounds retarded. PS4, they're keeping it original. Good for them. So, as soon as this stuff was released into the public yesterday, everyone kept saying that the war is going to continue on. Now, here's the thing. Do you actually think that Sony and Microsoft themselves are actually thinking they're in the war? No, their fans are. Like, yes, I may be biased to PlayStation 4 and I may think the Xbox One sucks really large man boobies, but, that's my opinion, okay? But in a sense, it's kind of ridiculous how we think, okay? We as gamers want something bigger and better that they have to offer us, and they're constantly hearing us complain about things that they can't do or can't handle. So Microsoft messing up and screwing up because they thought that they could handle everything and thought that their fans wanted something such as, oh, you can pay $60 for a game, yet you can't give it to your friend who can't afford it just yet and you want to play with them. Cool. Good job, Microsoft. Now, a lot of people kept complaining about for PlayStation 4, saying that, oh, the network for PlayStation absolutely sucks. They don't have servers, dedicated servers. They don't have, proper working network software, so it'll crash every month. And let's not forget that happened 2 years ago, 2 years back in May, that they were hacked and everyone's credit card info was out in the open. Like, no one wants that. It's like, okay, that happened 2 years ago. That was a hiccup. That was one-time thing. That can happen to anyone. Anyone. That could happen to Microsoft. That could happen to Sony. That could happen to Nintendo. That could happen to anyone. There are people out there there are smart people out there who can hack through a bunch of stuff. That can happen to literally, virtually anyone on this earth right now. and people are using that as an excuse not to get the PlayStation 4. Now, if that's your only excuse, then I seriously worry for you, because like, that was 2 years ago. That was a hiccup on someone's point, and hiccups happen. It's like, don't bash something that happened 2 years ago. And a lot of people are complaining now that the PlayStation 4 has to pay for their online. Yes, but I would rather pay $5 a month, or $50 a year, or $19.99 every 3 months to play online and still have the option to play offline in the first place, rather than Sony having to make those changes because their fans weren't happy with it. It's like, here's what I think personally. Microsoft is not a stable environmental place for people to think freely. Because when they thought freely, they decided to do all this restrictions, which basically meant that people can't do what they want in the first place, rather than do what they want to do instead of listening to what other people say, if that makes any sense to anyone. Basically what I'm trying to say is that I don't think Microsoft's a stable franchise to go next generation, in my opinion. I think that they should have waited a few more months. But that's my opinion. Personally, I wasn't expecting to hear out of nowhere that next generation consoles were being made. I thought they were going to wait for a few more years, give or take, but from what they've shown us, I think both of them are really great systems. Both can hold their own stakes. Microsoft finally got pulled back up from their retarded mistakes. Good for them, but it's like, still, it's like, you shouldn't have made those mistakes anyway. Your fans shouldn't tell you how to do your job. They should give you ideas, not tell you how to do it. There's a difference. So, it's just like this, the things that people are complaining, like the things that they're complaining about now on the PlayStation 4 is basically what they have to deal with on the Xbox 360. They have to pay online, they have to do all this, they have to do all that, and they're holding us against the fact that our network crashed 2 years ago because of a hiccup, and God forbid, but if something like that happens to, let's say in the next few years, then I can almost guarantee the PlayStation players are going to hop up on them and tell them buying the Xbox One was a big mistake. But like I said, it can happen to anyone, so I don't know why people are so intent on, causing this war. It's like, Xbox and Sony aren't in the war, their fans are causing this war. Get it right, you freaking retarded people. And people who are dedicated to Microsoft, or people who are dedicated to PS3, shut up and buy your system, okay? Okay? Just stop, really. People who don't want next generation, stick with the 360, the Wii, and the PlayStation 3. Shut up. People who are dedicated to both and want both the games, get both the games if you have $900 plus the extra like $1,200 that you're going to need to spend for, not the extra $1,200, the adding $300 to get the games for both systems. Shut up. It's like, do you really need to express your hurtful opinion about one thing or the other because one system has one good thing that the other couldn't think of or couldn't handle? It's like, it's still the 21st century, people. It's not like the futuristic movies that we see, Not everything's going to be perfect in a gaming system. And in my opinion, if people would shut up, I'm pretty guaranteed that up to this point, that I'm pretty sure if we would stop yelling at each other about what's better or what's not, or what's good, what's bad, stating our opinions of hurtful feelings of other differentiation of systems, I'm pretty sure by now, we would probably be able to pull together Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony and make the perfect system. Use Sony's unique style, use Nintendo's heritage of gaming that will never die, and use Microsoft's good thinking. Now, they each all have their own uniqueness, and they each have their own exclusives. If we were to pull them together, I'm pretty sure we would have the perfect flawless system. But nothing like that will ever happen because people are constantly going back and forth at each other saying that Sony has so many issues when making their games. Microsoft's too stupid to figure out things that they should be figuring out without their fans' help. Nintendo sucks in general because they don't have any good games. It's like, some people just don't think what they say, and it's like really stupid because we're, it's, I don't know, I just find it absurd. I reserved my PS4 in quietness, and I'm not going to get an Xbox One because I don't like Microsoft. I don't like what they have to offer me, and I don't want to spend the extra $100 getting a voice-activated Kinect to play my games. That seems stupid. Like, here's an idea, Microsoft people. How would you like it if your best friend or your brother came over? You're playing in the middle of a Call of Duty game. Xbox off. It remembers your person's voice, and there you go. You lost your game. That's all I have to say. So, you know, people who agree with me, people who disagree with me, comment your opinions, like or dislike. I don't care. You know, you're gonna hear more of this stuff of what I said through the internet. It's whatever. All I'm saying is just shut your mouth, reserve what you want, and yeah. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.